Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you with a Tesla stock update video. And before we get to the video, it's a shout out to my Patreon members, Elijah Horst and Jonathan Corona. What up, fams? And this is going to be a little bit different, and I'll get into the stock on what it did throughout the day and whether I bought or didn't buy. But I have a theory. There was a thing floating around on Twitter before saying, like, oh, hey, you know what? There's a theory going around that Warren Buffett might be, or Berkshire Hathaway might be buying some shares of Tesla. And I was like, no freaking way, .jpg. No heckin' way, .exe. Like, they're just, no way. Like, he said himself publicly, like, when he was asked, Warren Buffett, would you ever buy shares of Tesla? And he just said no. Like, it just said no. Says that Elon Musk is brilliant, but he just, definitely not the mold of what a normal CEO is, and he just wouldn't buy the company, or even shares of the company. So I did a little bit of digging, and for those of you who don't know what 13F is, it's basically a quarterly report that's filed per the United States Securities and Exchange Commission by institutional investment managers with control of over 100 million in assets to the SEC. Now, based on data gathered from 13F filings, a large number of shares seem to have kind of gone missing during Q3 as about 50 million shares worth. Now, that can't really be that large amount of shares can't really be explained away by retail buying and delta hedging and small institutional investors increasing their stakes. That's too large of a share. Now, Berkshire Hathaway omitted one company from its 13F and instead described this newly acquired stake separately in a confidential filing because it was worried that making the position public would move the market too much. That basically just means that they're not done buying yet. Just what I interpreted from it. Now, there's a $16 to $17 billion difference between the value of the portfolio Berkshire declared in its 13F and its 10Q. And you're looking at about $6 billion of it has been confirmed to go to 5 big Japanese trading companies over a 12-month period. But where's the other 10 to 11 billion? Tesla? Question mark? I don't know. Now, Berkshire's new investment companies must disclose an acquisition of 5+% stake in a company within 10 days to the SEC. So either one of two things is possible. Again, it's just working theory. Either Berkshire Hathaway was allowed to keep this confidential, which, according to a buddy of mine, says, like, yeah, no way, it's not going to happen. So the only other thing that I'm thinking of is that the 10 to 11 billion that they had purchased in this company must have been less than 5% of that company. Now, after doing some more digging, looking at companies with market caps greater than $220 billion. How many companies is that? Only 25, at least that are on the U.S. exchanges, one of which is Berkshire Hathaway themselves. And out of the 24 that's left, Berkshire owns 9% of those, or 9 of those companies already. Ticker symbols are Apple, Amazon, V, J&G for Johnson & Johnson, JP Morgan, PG, MA, BAC, and KO. That leaves 15 other companies on the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. This, combined with the 50 million shares of Tesla that have, quote-unquote, gone missing, to the obvious round up to 11 billion. That accounts for about 25 million of those shares. Now, 50 million can't be explained away by retail, small infrastructure, delta hedging, whatever, but 25 million can. And in my conclusion, I hypothesize that those 25 million shares were bought by Berkshire Hathaway. Again, just a working theory. Moving on. What I think is evidence that supports this theory is this has been up, I don't know how many percentage points over the last couple of days. All right, so here's where they decide that, oh, looky here, they're going to be added to the S&P, and it just absolutely shoots up. Was it 459? And it actually closed yesterday at, was it 456? Yeah, it closed just under 460, and then today shot up to 494.80. So we were $5.20 away from that 500 mark, which I have a personal bet going. And outside of that, it's just I haven't bought today. I know a couple of people that bought on the news that they were entering the S&P 500 and they sold, and then they bought options, and then they sold all the contracts. So just all of that stuff is just something that, one, I don't have the capital for. Two, is just way over my head. This is just, for me, it's just buy and hold. Long term, over 10 years, do I still think if I buy today at just under 500, Will it be worth a hell of a lot more 10 years from now? In my opinion, of course. That's why I continue to buy whenever I have money, hopefully by the end of the year. And at this point, we're looking at, God, look at that volume. Look at that volume. Moving on past that, from the Tesla, not too much else is going on today as far as Square goes. That kind of retraced a little bit, and then everything else is pretty quiet. So that was my theory. Let me know what y'all think. Comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are great for the YouTube algorithm. And let's just let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if you have opinions of your own. I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.